What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all, in which I'm going to be calling the Rebounding Swing. Now this one is actually going to be coming out to a rebounding wing. And this build today, out of all NBA players, it's going to be reminding me of legend Dennis Rodman. Now when it comes to today's attributes, we'll get a 99 plus put towards our block, defensive rebound, and stamina. Now we're also going to get the upgraded dunk packages with a total of 41 badges. Now this is really one of the most original rare build names when it comes down to past 2Ks, and it's one of the best lockdowns overall. Now the build plays very similar to an NBA 2K19 lockdown defender. For those of y'all who did play as one, I'm telling y'all this is going to be that build creation today. And it's a very well-rounded build, and it's always going to be the best defender on the floor at all times, and it's versatile from the offense to the defense. Now the three-pointer today is going to be perfect to hit consistently, and this is really an overpowered Dennis Rodman build. So before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing that you want to do is put this build under the small forward position. As for that height, let's go with 6'10". Moving into the weight, I'm going to put this up to 239, and then for that wingspan, I like this best maxed out to 7'8". Now these numbers are optional, but feel free to go about it however you would like moving forward. Now I promise you this is going to be one of the best builds that you can possibly make. So the first area that I'm getting into is going to be our physicals. So as for that speed, let's go with a 73, 64 when it comes to our acceleration. Getting into the strength, let's go with a 90. The vertical, I'm going to put this up to an 89. And then for that stamina, make sure you go with a 96. Now remember, if you do your Gatorade facility workouts, you get a +4 put towards your physicals. So these numbers are going to be a 99 stamina. Then for that vertical, we do get a 93, 94 when it comes to our strength, 68 for the acceleration with a 77 speed. Very solid numbers to start out with, especially if you're looking to be the main defender on your team. Now from here, let's get started with the playmaking. I think 77 is going to be more than enough. Now look, if you do end up buying your own boost as well as activating your takeover, that's at least a +10 put towards this area. So you do have the potential to get this pass accuracy possibly even into the 90s. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave my ball handle as is. This is going to be more than enough, so that way you do not stumble when it comes to certain dribble moves. And then for the speed with ball, I don't think we need to put anything put towards this area. So now let's go ahead and move into the defense. So for that interior, put this up to an 82. Getting into the perimeter, I like this best at an 80. Now for that steal, I'm going to put this to an 82 as well. And then for our block, I'm going to go all the way up to an 87. Now for that offensive rebound, this is optional, but I did decide to go with an 80. And then for that defensive rebound, make sure you go with a 93. Now look, we get some pretty solid badges out of this area, but the defensive overall, if you do add up everything when it comes to activating your takeover, boost, as well as wearing gear and playing well throughout each game, you have the potential to get that 99 block as well as that 99 defensive rebound. Very nasty build, especially considering you get a lot of gold and Hall of Fame badges out of the defensive end. Now moving forward when it comes to the shooting, go ahead and put that mid-range shot all the way up to a 55. For the three-pointer, go with the 70, and this right here is going to be perfect to move forward into any type of game mode. Now remember, once you activate your takeover, that's easily a +10. So if you're able to hit with a 70 consistently, I promise you this is going to be one of the best all-around builds. You can even consider it a catfish because of how special we are on the defensive end. Now moving forward when it comes to the finishing, one thing that I think is going to be very special is that we're going to get an 83 for the standing dunk. Moving into the driving dunk, we're going to put this up to a 75, and that's going to be more than enough to unlock certain dunk packages. As for the rest of this area, you want to be very specific when it comes to today's build, because you may get a different build name, and that's the last thing that I want coming up for you. As for that free throw, put this all the way up to an 80, and this is what we're going to be looking like once you max this build out to 99 overall. So let's go ahead and start with some of these badges. You get Silver Fast Twitch, Precision Dunker, Rise Up, and Aerial Wizard. Now look, for that driving dunk, Posterizer is very special on this build. It does give you the ability to possibly get contact dunks. Now, as well as Slithery and Bunny, Spin Cycle on gold with Silver, Two-Step, and Whistle. Now, for the driving layup, I think it's pretty crazy that we did get a good amount of badges unlocked here. Now, as far as for the shooting, you're going to get badges like Bronze Green Machine as well as Space Crater. But then we get Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Corner Specialist, and Silver Claymore with Guard Up and Open Looks. And then for that free throw, Silver free points is more than enough to hit consistently in the rack as well as any type of 5 setting. Now, as far as for this build overall, I think it's very special considering the fact that you do get one of the best rare build names. Now, for the playmaking end, we get Silver Break Starter, Dimer, Relay Passer with Post Playmaker, and Special Delivery. Then you get Bronze Touch Passer and Needle Threader. Overall, I think we have everything needed to be effective out of the playmaking. Remember, adding in your boost, that only takes this build to the next level. Now, let's wrap up everything with the defensive end. As you can see, we're going to get badges like Silver Anchor and Post Lockdown. Then we get Gold Workhorse. As far as for the perimeter end, we get Bronze Challenger. I think this badge is a W. Then you get also Silver Ankle Braces, Off-Ball Pass with Bronze Pick Dodger. For a 6'10 build, I think this is going to be very helpful on the perimeter. Getting into the steal, you get Bronze Glove and Right Stick Ripper with Silver Interceptor. A 6'10 free safety out there with this badge specifically. One of my favorites overall this year. And then for the block, you get Silver Anchor with Gold Chase Down Artist and Pogo Stick. Now on top of that, we do have a 7'8 wingspan to go with this build. Considering Pogo Stick being on gold, I think it only makes this build a whole lot better. Now, starting with the rebounding, you're going to get badges like Silver Post Playmaker. Moving up, we get Gold Rebound Chaser, Pogo Stick once again with the main badge being Hall of Fame Box Out Beast. Now, I want to know your thoughts and opinion on this build. Is there anything that you would possibly do to change or make it a little bit better? Now, we do also get a total of 1 Hall of Fame badge, 8 gold, 18 silver, and 18 bronze. Pretty nice solid lineup, especially to be all around with these kind of defensive stats. Now let's move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. We should be able to get these 3 different comparisons, and as y'all can see, together we were able to create the best rebounding swing coming out to the rebounding wing build, reminding me of Dennis Rodman in NBA 2K24 on Next Gen. Now, thank you for those of y'all who made it to the very end. God bless you as well. Now, add up everything of what I previously did mention, and you have a whole lot of potential to look forward to when it comes to this lockdown build. Now, thank y'all for the support. More so than anything, thank the man above, King Jesus, Yahweh, for another day and another opportunity. Now, without further ado, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from. And I most definitely will be sure to get back to you with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.